Hi guys, I'm Frank. Today I want to introduce a new library for the Jetpack Compose Navigation JNav. And first of all, I want to talk about which problem JNav help you when you work with Jetpack Compose Navigation. And then I will guide you how to use JNav, integrate it in your project, and how to use it. So to explain which problem JNav can help you when you work with Jetpack Compose Navigation, we will implement a simple project. For this project, for the source of this project, you can find it in this repository, and the link I will leave it in the description of this video. So when you check out the project, you can see it. So for in this simple demo project, it has four screens. Home screen. In the home screen, we have three text fields, and it allows us to enter product name, product ID, and product price. And so, for example, when I give it some some data for and click on the buy button, and it will navigate to card screen and send and pass passes these value to the card screen. So in here you can see that we have product ID, product name, and product price. And and maybe in the case you work with an Jetpack Compose Navigation before, you can see that it's a easy career, right? Easy career, right? Because you just need to pass maybe product ID is an integer, and product name is a string, and product price it can be a float value, right? And in the home screen, I also add a button. When you click on the button, it will navigate to address book screen. In the address book screen, it display a list of address, and a code is just a fake address. And whenever we click on or touch on an address, it will navigate to the address detail screen. This screen will display the address information, address ID, street, and phone. So you can see that in this demo, I want to show how to pass a custom lab type or use custom lab type or pass a data class between two screens. And for the source, when you open this, you can see that we have a main activity and some screen. You can expand it in here. We have a screen folder and a main activity and a data folder. In here we have address data class, and for this screen, if you are familiar with Jetpack Compose, is very easy. It's very easy to implement, and it's very simple. I don't want to focus on it too much. So the thing I want to focus on is how we pass between these screen. So let's deep dive in the nav host. So you can see here we have a host screen composable, and in host screen we have nav host and some composables. And so if when you work with Jetpack Compose Navigation, maybe you will follow the navigation with compose document. In this document, Google guides us how to work with Jetpack Compose Navigation. So generally, for each composable, we need to define a route and a list of arguments, and then in here we can get the value from the nav by check and try argument. And so if you want to navigate a screen and pass the appropriate value, you can use like this, and it's very simple, right? However, when you work with the Jetpack Compose Navigation in a long time, you can see that sometimes we want to change the route. So for example, if I want to change the route of the card screen, maybe I want to add maybe change to maybe for example car route, car underground. What I need to do, I have to update the everywhere everywhere or every screen navigate to this screen. So in our example, I have to update home screen, car route in here, right? And what happen if uh, if I have a lot of screen that navigate to car screen? So maybe in this example, I just have a home screen, right? So if I have maybe um, many maybe product screen, maybe profile screen, then only the screen want to navigate to the car screen, so I have to update own navigation, own route for them, and it takes a long time, right? And sometimes it's also easier to make a typo mistake, and then we have to spend a lot of time to fix this mistake, and it also take time. For example, when you want to add an argument, what do you need to do? So first of all, you need to add an argument, right? So for example, if I want to add a product quantity, is a new argument. I will add an use nav argument function, and then add it in here. Product, for example, product quantity equal and product product quantity, and then again, and then product quantity. Then we also need to add it in here too. So maybe I just need to copy it. You can see that. Okay, I can reuse my code just by copying. Oh my god. Maybe I can pass one is a simple for simple value, and you can see that it's error prone, right? And we don't want to make some typo mistake and do some boring thing. So maybe in this boy, maybe we can think a better solution. Maybe we can create an object and manage only this thing. Mm, so for example, for the card screen, maybe I can create a card navigation object, and I will declare or define everything product ID argument as like this, and then I created a route like this and provide a create a route function. So every other screen, if they want to create a route and navigate to the screen, they can use this function. And I also add some product ID, product name, and product price as a getter. Maybe we can think about it as a getter function to get the value of each argument. And beside that, I also provide an argument function to get own list of argument, and it's good, right? So let's check how can we use it in our example. So for example, in here I can change to use navigation dot route, and instead of its own argument in here, I can use navigation dot argument, and in for the block name I can use navigation and block name and pass the nav check and try as a value for it. It's the same for block ID and block price, and in here we don't need to use it. I can use conditional and navigate, and I can use navigation dot create route and pass block ID, block name, and block price as a value as a parameter for this function. So you think, oh, okay, it's good, right? So whenever I want to change something, I just need to change only one file. So for example, if I want to change the route, for example, now I want to change to car route, I can change it in here and in here. So for example, home screen doesn't need to know about it, right? And I can change the name of block ID and block name and block price arguments too. However, this solution has a however doing this solution have a problem, certain. So for example, I have to do I have to implement and the same, maybe it's the same navig and there's the same code for every screen. So if I use this solution, I will have, for example, for the card address detail screen, I have to create another address, another object. Maybe I can call it address detail navigation and object. So what I need to do, I need to, maybe I can use maybe I have to define a private constant address, for example, and address argument, and so okay, it doesn't matter for it. uh, you can see I want to make a comparison between card navigation and address detail navigation to see uh, how how do they look like, maybe the same, and then I have to create a route for it. It's the same, right? Address detail, and then address, then I need to pass address address argument, and in here something like that. Okay, and then what I need to do, like I have to create a function create route, create route, and pass an address in here. So at this point you don't need to care about a lot about address. It's just a data class with some properties, ID, street, and flow. And then blah blah for the argument function argument, and then for the a function for get the address, front address. So you can see that address detail navigation and card navigation share maybe the same code, right? And so it is boring to implement the same thing, address detail navigation, address book navigation, and I mean implement navigation class object for every screen, and it's the same, and it takes us a lot of time. To avoid it, I have implemented a library. uh, mm, it called JNav. JNav JNav provide two annotation. Uh, so uh, JNav annotation and JNav argument annotation. So now I want to introduce you how to integrate JNav in your project. Um, first of all, to use JNav, you need to enable KSB for your project. So in your build.creator.kt of the root project, let's check this file. You need to add this to enable KSB plugin, and then in the build creator of your module, you need to add JNav as a your dependency, and also use apply KSB, and also make sure that you also add the navigation compose as your dependency, because we are working with Jetpack Compose Navigation. And then you click on Since project, and now you can use it. So for example, now let's see how we use JNav for the card screen. So let me close other, and let's see the card navigation we implemented before, and now for the card screen, instead of implementing the card navigation, we just need to use annotation. We for the JNav, we have a name, body route, and destination, and a list of JNav argument. So what is JNav argument? JNav argument returns isn't the same for the nav type argument. So for example, when you define the, maybe like this, you can have you easy to see. So in here, when you, it's the same when, for example, when you want to have uh, named named argument. You will use a nav type, int type, and when you work with JNav, you can add it as an integer type like this. So whenever you add on argument, provide a name, by route, and a destination. So what is destination? Destination, we can use destination when we want to distinguish between composable or screen in the byte stack. So for example, when you want to know which screen is in the top of in the top or in the previous of byte stack, you can use destination. So after provide the value for JNav, you just need to click on build and rebuild project, and then JNav will help you to generate the code, and you can check it by click on build generated and create and debug or release folder, and you can see for the card screen, you can click on card screen navigation, and you can see the generated code. Let me slip it right in right, and you can compare it with the card navigation object we implemented before. It's the same, right? Everything is the same. It also provide you some prop, also have some ID for the argument, and have a route and argument function, and some getter function, and a create route function. And so for example, when you want to whenever you want to change something, maybe update a value, you just need to do like this. You just need to update in JNav and click on view and click on review project. The new code will be generated with for maybe some second. It depends on your project how it is how big it is. Okay, you can click on card, and you can see that the JNav generated a new code for you. You can see here card route, and it also update the create route function. And it's the same when you want to add a new argument. It's for the it's a simple when we when we work with card navigation. So what happens if you want to work with a custom nav style? So in our example, when we navigate from the address book to the address detail screen, we want to pass an address address instance as a data, right? So to do it, you can use the JNav argument and define type of an argument as an address, and data type is a passable. Why we use passable? Because you can see here when I define address extended from passable, and I created an address nav type for it, and in here I use Moshi. And beside the passable, you can use maybe you can use serializable. It's okay, and it depends on the way you create your custom lab type. So I recommend you use passable, and then you provide the custom lab type for it. So if you work with data like integer, string, or float, you don't need to provide these two values. And it's the same. And whenever after you provide these values, you just need to click view and review project. The JNav will generate a navigation for you, and you can check it in here. Okay, and so you can see here JNav help us a lot of things to avoid to save us, help us to save a lot of time, and instead of implementing the boilerplate code and boring code, we just need to define it, and by using an annotation. However, in this current version, JNav have some limitation that it does not support deep link and some other data type of JNav like child array or float array. float array and some small issue. I hope that you can give it a try and share it. I also appreciate that you, if you can share your feedback, what you expect for the next version, and especially if you can contribute it. Thank you for your watching, and hope that and see you in the next video.